The storm howls inside the cave as torchlight dies, stone sweats, wind screams like the dead. Aeneas stands bareheaded, rain cutting his face, his sword still wet from the hunt. Before him, Queen Dido turns, eyes bright as drawn steel. Thunder splits the dark. Desire tightens its grip. Fate sharpens its knife. In this breath between lightning and silence, a kingdom can be won or damned. Will love anchor the wanderer at last, or will the whisper of the dead prove stronger? He had been running for years. 7 winters on salt water, 7 summers of omens and wrong shores. Troy was ash behind him. Italy lay somewhere beyond rumor and prophecy. A warning followed him from the night the walls fell. Carry the gods, not your pride. It came first from Hector's ruined shade, then from the burning streets, then from the ghost of the wife he lost in smoke. Creusa promised him a western river, a royal bride, a people unborn. The promise burned like a brand he could not drop, even when his hands bled. She did not beg him to stay among the ruins. She commanded him to live, to endure, to become more than grief. From that night on, his heart belonged to the future, not the past. He remembered Troy in fragments, the horse groaning open, steel flashing in moonlight, Anchises heavy on his shoulders, old breath hot against his neck. His son's small hand clenched in his own, and Creusa, lost between one street and the next, swallowed by flame and fear. Survival became his sin and his duty, welded together like iron in fire. When the sea finally broke him and cast him on Africa, he found a city rising from dust. Carthage. Walls climbing like hope made stone. Harbors alive with hammer and song. It was built by a woman who had fled murder and founded order with iron will. Dido ruled alone, sworn to the dead, stronger for it. She knew exile. She knew loss. Her throne was built not on inheritance, but on choice and sacrifice. When she welcomed the Trojans, it was not mercy alone. It was recognition. In Aeneas, she saw a man shaped by ruin, still standing. In her city, he felt something more dangerous than storms or swords: rest. For the first time since Troy, no one hunted him. No god shattered his mast. No oracle spat riddles. His men ate full and laughed like men reborn. His pride whispered he deserved peace. His desire said the gods had already taken enough. In Dido's gaze, he saw not a queen, but a mirror of what he might become if he stayed. They prepared the hunt to seal the bond. Spears were checked, horses stamped, cloaks fastened. Dido laughed as she rode, wind alive in her hair. Aeneas matched her stride, forgetting the weight of the household gods at his back and the future waiting beyond the horizon. Around them, unseen, the gods leaned closer. Venus smiled with a mother's fear, knowing how easily love could weaken duty. Juno watched with a queen's spite, eager to trap destiny in foreign soil. Before they rode, a quiet command cut through the bustle, meant for later and heavier hours. Do not forget why you live. The words faded beneath hoofbeats and laughter. The sky answered first. Rain fell like thrown gravel. Thunder drove them apart. The cave opened its mouth. Inside, breath fogged. Hands found hands, and vows were made without words. To Dido, the storm married them. To Aeneas, the moment blurred the map written by fate. The city slept while love claimed the night. When dawn came, Carthage slowed. Walls waited unfinished. Laws were neglected. The hero wore purple. He forgot the dead and the living yet to be born. Seasons turned softly, dangerously, as comfort replaced vigilance. Aeneas walked the streets as consort, not guest. He judged disputes, he planned towers. His sword hung idle, its edge growing dull. Songs were sung of the Trojan who stayed. In that lull, fate tightened its grip. Destiny does not forgive delay. It waits, patient and merciless. The enemy did not come with a blade. He came with wings and law in his voice. Mercury found Aeneas counting stones, setting beams, smiling like a king. The god's shadow cut the sun. What are you building? Whose future do you steal time from? Italy was named. Ascanius was named. The inheritance was named. Aeneas reeled as if struck by unseen iron. The old divide split him open, man against mission, heart against oath. That night, he walked the shore until his feet bled, hearing Troy fall again in every wave. At dawn, he chose. He ordered ships made ready. Quietly, too quietly, oars scraped, sails were mended, provisions stacked. His men obeyed, seeing the old iron return to his eyes. They had followed him through fire and ruin. They would follow him through betrayal. Dido felt the wound before she saw the blood. Rumor reached her like smoke carried on a bad wind. She ran through her city and found him. Words shattered like shields, memory, gift, oath. She spoke of vows made in storm and silence, of a future joined by choice, not command. He answered with duty. He said he never promised marriage. Each sentence broke something living. She called him stone-born, fed by beasts. He did not deny it. He said the gods commanded. She heard only cowardice dressed as fate and devotion stripped of mercy. Then came clarity. She understood she had been chosen as a tool. Cupid's breath, Juno's storm, love shaped by divine hands. Her love was real, but its beginning was not. Aeneas saw the truth in her eyes and still did not move. The order stood. The ships would sail. At dawn, the harbor woke. Dido climbed a pyre built for lies. On it lay cloaks, gifts, and the bed remembered. She watched the sails take the wind and cursed shore against shore, wave against wave, children against children. The sword he left took her heart, and her hatred was loosed into history. Far at sea, Aeneas saw the smoke and felt the weight settle forever. He did not turn back. Later, among the dead, she turned from him in silence, choosing the loyalty he could not give. His companions saw the change, straighter spine, sleepless eyes, steadier hands. He would found a people, but never a home. History remembers him for duty. That day, he learned what duty demands. Ahead waited war, iron kings, and a future that would test not his love, but his mercy. Subscribe to Saga Weaver, where ancient warriors face impossible choices and destiny is paid for in blood and silence.